What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Once again, you know I appreciate having you here. Today I want to talk about clickbait. Yeah, so clickbait, I've actually been accused of it in the past. I've put up thumbnails like this, and for some reason people actually think that that girl is in the video, so I get sort of like hammered, not badly but a little bit, saying that girl wasn't in the video, so why have you put that on the thumbnail? And the truth is, I put that on the thumbnail just to fill up a little space, and I thought it was better than putting something else that I didn't really want to put up there. And if you believe that that girl was in the video, then that says more about your perversions than my videos. And the strangest thing about it is I put things like this in thumbnails, and no one's ever complained about there's no thumbs in this video. I've used this thumb quite a bit, the happy thumb as I like to call it, but not a single person has gone in the comment section and say, hey, I watched your videos, and not once was there a thumb mentioned in your video. So that just goes to prove you're more interested in the perversion than the video. And quite frankly, if that's what you're tuning in for, if you're tuning in for naked ladies, I'm not the guy for you. All the naked ladies in my videos work behind the scenes, I'm afraid. You don't get to see them. I mean, there's actually one now on the back of the bike. I've photoshopped her out of the wing mirror so you can't see her because she doesn't want to be known, but yeah, she's naked now on the back. But I'm talking predominantly about clickbait in the motovlogging world. And there's been some debate over this, especially in 2017. And the two guys that spring to mind for me are Vroom Vroom Dana and More Bad Ideas. Now, before you switch off and say I'm about to slag them off, I'm not. Quite the contrary, I'm not at all. I'm about actually to back them up a little bit. There's been some debate because they're not strictly factual, let's say. I don't think they're clickbait because the thumbnail actually relates to the video. And that's fine by me. I don't class it as clickbait. If the thumbnail has nothing to do with the video, then to me that is clickbait. You're just trying to get views. But what these two motovloggers or YouTube content creators have done, have created channels with sketches or scripted like episodes, programs, and I don't see the problem with that. I mean, you go into it knowing it's kind of a program. These guys have put a lot of effort into it. They put more effort into their videos than I've put into mine. So to be called fake or clickbaity videos, I think is kind of doing them a disservice, and I think they deserve a bit more props than that, just simply because of the effort they're putting in. Granted, they're not motovlogging in the sense that I'm motovlogging. That's not to say they don't, because they do, and they do normal motovlogs as well. But they've invested their time into maybe even writing them down. I don't know if they rehearse or plan them, or they just go along and ad-lib at the time. I don't know how they come about with the ideas, but I quite like them. Some of them I like, some of them I don't, like any videos. But this is the beauty of YouTube. They're content creators. They're creating content for people to watch, which is not a bad thing. You don't have to watch, you can switch it off. But to be called fake clickbait, I think is a bit harsh. I would never call them that. I would call them creators, content creators, which is exactly what they are on YouTube. They're creating content. They just happen to be on motorcycles and happen to have started out as vloggers. To put it into perspective, Top Gear, the Grand Tour, that is completely scripted. Would you call that clickbait? Is that clickbait? Because it's fully scripted. They know what they're going to do, they plan it, they rehearse it. And when Jeremy Clarkson says at the top of the show, man almost dies in mud or something like that, and there's James May standing in the puddle, is that not clickbait? That's exactly the same thing. What they're doing is creating a program, an entertainment program for people to watch. And that's all these two guys are doing. And there are more out there, but I'm focusing on these two because I know them. And all they're doing is, as I said, creating content to be entertaining. They're not forcing anybody to watch. They're not trying to con you into thinking they're real life. Well, I don't think they are anyway. I don't think people, when they make this type of video, are thinking that everyone's going to believe this. I mean, there are people that will believe it, don't get me wrong, but these are the type of people that believe soap operas and films. I mean, if you look at, for example, films as well, Bright. It says on my Netflix at the moment, watch Bright, and it's got a picture of Will Smith and an alien. Now, that guy's not really an alien, so is that clickbait? No, because the content in the actual film is what's related to the trailer, or the poster, or the thumbnail, whatever you want to call it. I mean, at the end of the day, it just seems like hate for the sake of hate. Now, I understand where other people are coming from, where they're saying it's fake stuff. I understand that completely. It is fake. but it's no more fake than a TV show. YouTube is not just there for pure reality, it is there for entertainment. I mean, if they weren't motovloggers and they were normal, I say normal, if they were other content creators that stand on their own 2 feet and do it sort of like without a machine, then would they get the same hate? I don't know. It's just this thing about biking, it's like we're quite cliquey over our own creation, our own content, our own niche market, that we think we have the right to tell everyone on a motorcycle how and what to do in the way of filming. And if it was like that, if we all stuck to the same recipe, it would be kind of boring. Nothing new would ever happen. So I'm all for new ways of vlogging, skits, sketches, recording, putting motorcycles on the map. However you want to say it, however you want to put it, I'm all for it, because the more motorcycles in more videos, the better as far as I'm concerned. My personal thing is vlogging. I quite like watching certain vloggers, not all vloggers. I don't actually get the time to watch as many people as I want, but I like people that are on adventures, that are doing trips around the world. That's my thing, that's what I watch on YouTube, whereas other people won't be interested in that at all. So basically what I'm saying is don't give these guys a hard time. Either like them or don't like them, but is there any real need to get deep down and try and get personal? No, not really. They're content creators, they create content, they're entertaining, their channels are growing, and personally, good luck to them. The more people on motorcycles and the bigger the channels, the better it is for motorcycles in general. So on that note, I shall bid you farewell. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get gone.